Hey everyone, and welcome to American Outdoors. What you're looking at is the sweeping landscape of Vargas Plateau Regional Park, tucked into Alameda County, just outside Fremont, California. Now, picture this. A long simmering dispute over public access to this very park has finally reached a literal roadblock. For years, rancher Christopher George, who also happens to be the CEO of CMG Financial Group, has been locked in a tug-of-war with county, city, and parks officials over a short stretch of Morrison Canyon Road. It's a narrow, rural route leading both to his property and the main entrance to Vargas Plateau. And that tiny 1,000-foot slice of roadway? It's been the center of lawsuits, political friction, and even accusations of corruption, all over who should control it and who should have the right to use it.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us at 7. It's the weekend, a time when some of us may hit some trails, enjoy the outdoors. But right on the edge of Fremont, some hikers and cyclists say a road they frequently take is now blocked off by a gate with a no trespassing sign. It is all part of a long battle over 1,000 feet of Morrison Canyon Road near Vargas Plateau Regional Park. So the rancher who put up the gate claims it's private property, but the City of Freemont says it's public land. Our Suji Nam breaks it all down.
Paul Perkins has been biking along Morrison Canyon Road in Fremont for more than 2 decades.
Bought my house on Morrison Canyon because of this road.
But for the past few weeks, Perkins says the green electrical gate with no trespassing signs was put up earlier this month by Christopher George, a rancher who lives at the end of Morrison Canyon Road.
I've never seen any problems up here. I'm up here all the time. My fitness app says I've ridden up here 1,000 times.
The drive would be conveyed into 3 parcels that would be transferred to and owned by Christopher George. The Alameda Public Works Director has argued that the disputed stretch really functions as a driveway for the George property, despite being maintained by the county. The County Planning Commission stated that the road has no broader public benefit. The county also claims that the road is, quote, in very poor repair.
The gate is posted about 1,000 feet from George's private property. We interviewed George back in 2016 when he filed a lawsuit against the East Bay Regional Park District. Back then, he was trying to block the opening of Vargas Plateau Regional Park nearby, alleging there were traffic and parking problems. George did not want to talk to us about the new gate, but we obtained a copy of a letter his attorney sent to the City of Fremont. In it, he alleges there are no records showing the county or city has ever asserted control over the roadway. The letter complains that the public is, quote, frequently trespassing across it and staging their harassment of Mr. George by photographing and recording his otherwise quiet use and enjoyment of the property. And true enough, the county has relinquished its control over the final 1,000 feet of Morrison Canyon Road that extends beyond this gate and up to his property line. But the City of Fremont is saying, hold on. In a letter back to George, it says, quote, undisputed record demonstrates that the roadway, including the terminus in question, became part of the city's roadway system 70 years ago when the city incorporated. Mr. George has illegally constructed an unpermitted gate. In fact, we saw the city's enforcement code team place this nuisance abatement order on George's gate.
The dividing line goes somewhere down the middle here. So there should be about 25 feet on one side in the county and 25 feet in the City of Fremont. And so that's where some of the debate is coming over, is where exactly is that line.
Jason Bezos, attorney with the Citizens to Protect Morrison Canyon Trail, claims what George is doing is illegal and frustrating for many neighbors, including Monica Melville, who have been hiking down this trail for 20 years.
Mobility impaired people parking at the parking lot and then having family members, using the wheelchair to have them enjoy nature. And almost half of it is taken away.
While the public park has other access points for hikers, bikers, and horseback riders, it has only one staging area with a parking lot, restrooms, and drinking water, which is accessible solely via Morrison Canyon Road. It should also be noted that the county has spent over $200,000 on road maintenance over the past 5 years for a 1,000-foot stretch of pavement they consider to be in very poor condition. Supervisor David Halbert has said that surrendering the drive was justified and warranted. Halbert's office has previously faced blowback for an email his chief of staff sent advocating for abandoning the right-of-way, and for accepting a $10,000 campaign donation from Christopher George's mortgage company. Jason Bezos, an attorney who represents a group of residents advocating against George's claim to the roadway, called the rancher a wily operator. He said installing the gate was brazen. The law is very clear on this, Bezos said Wednesday. You're not allowed to decide you're going to put up a gate and a fence across a public road. Why not leave it alone so people can use it? Added Kelly Abreu, a Fremont resident and advocate with Mission Peak Conservancy. When we lose public spaces, then we end up having to buy the same amenities. This is not an amenity, it's a public asset. Others told the supervisors they were ignoring the fact that people regularly use the road. Why would the county give away this land when it's part of the public road that many of us use and enjoy daily? Resident Daphne Lynn said, "It seems like this is all made up stuff in order to give away public land just to benefit one particular property owner."
For his part, Perkins says he just wants access to all of the public spaces along Morrison Canyon Road.
You know, this is a beautiful park up here at Vargas Plateau, and it would be a wonderful connection into the Sonol area, so the Sonol Water Temple. There's a very clear path along the hill line. They could easily put in a trail.
For now, this final stretch of disputed roadway remains closed to the public.
So we reached out to George and his attorney several times. We only heard back from his attorney this afternoon. He said that they are aware of the city's nuisance abatement notice and will be appealing the order.
We're interested in your thoughts on this story, so please post them below. Mr. George has publicly stated his fear for his wife and family and the reasons for installing the gate. This provides a buffer for us of safety. My wife is at home frequently by herself, either during the day or sometimes at night. And as a result, this provides safety not just for her, but also for the community. George told the board, "You have cars trying to turn around. You've got bicycle riders trying to turn around. You've got pedestrians trying to turn around. You've got people pushing baby strollers trying to turn around. It's just unsafe." So our question to the viewers is, if you purchased property and discovered after the fact the risk of having an easement right across the front of your house, wouldn't you also feel justified in trying to remove that danger? To engage in your right to live peacefully and securely in your own home? And wouldn't that same reasoning also apply if you lived in a suburban neighborhood or even the city, with traffic, neighbors, streets, alleys, and pathways all presenting a threat at some level or another? Let us know what you would do. From all of us here at American Outdoors, thanks for watching.